Presented by That Time I Got Reincarnated in the same world as an anime podcaster, this is Shonen Jumping the Gun, the show where we set our sights on the first chapter of a manga and decide if it's a misfire or a bullseye.
Let's see how many rounds are in this magazine.
On today's episode, this Zodiac ain't no killer, but it will give you a slice of life. This is Fruits Basket. Welcome, everybody. Cock-a-doodle-doo from the Year of the Rooster, it's Matsuiin. Here with, he's bright-eyed and cotton-tailed from the Year of the Rabbit, it's Isekai Sensei Sama Brad. Brad, how you doing?
I think it's too early to talk about how I like.
Man. Gonna ignore that one. And welcome, everybody. I fooled you last episode. You probably saw through it, but I fooled you. Cardcaptor Soccer was actually the beginning of the shoujo arc.
Oh my god!
Wow, what a surprise!
I didn't even know. I thought this was I thought Fruits Basket was a games
game.
manga.
Yeah, it's like Hi-Ho Cheerio. You know, it's just the Japanese version of Hi-Ho Cheerio. It's all the different, you know, they sell different Ticket to Rides. Of like Ticket to Ride Australia, Ticket to Ride, you know, Japan, Ticket to Ride Mars. That's what it was. This is just, Fruits Basket is just a different version of Hi-Ho Cheerio. I haven't seen Hi-Ho Cheerio. I don't even remember what kind of game Hi-Ho Cheerio is. Whatever. But yes, we are covering, we are continuing. This is episode 2 of the shoujo arc, covering Fruits Baskets, where we will learn.
Wait, Yu-Gi-Oh! Wasn't the start of the shoujo?
No. Taya was not enough. Anzu was
Skirt
not
flipping?
enough. Skirt flipping was no. It was not
Decidedly shonen.
But we will learn. Like maybe we will say. I mean, with that, we will learn. If maybe what we did at the end of the Seinen arc, that this title
Seinen.
means not. It means something. Seinen. Yeah, sorry. Yep. Jonin and Seinen. Seinen is that none of these mean anything.
Yeah. Which people keep reiterating to us,
yes,
but it still pisses me off because you're using a demographic. So shouldn't the thing be a target to the demographic?
It is, but that doesn't mean it is a certain way, but also not. Yeah, I don't know. I never remember. What's the adult? There's one for adult woman too, isn't there? Josei. We're gonna have a Josei arc at some point to finish. It was one Shonen arc, every fucking arc.
But then
there's another.
I think somebody said at some point, I don't know, I might be making this up, that Josei doesn't actually mean adult women, but it is older than shoujo.
But that's what seinen is it's like it's not adults, but it's like older teenagers and adults, but also all of it, whatever. But there is. I think going into this arc, because we always get yelled at when we use those things as like descriptors, is like I think there is something that is generally like you're going to see these patterns, not on all of them, but I do think there's going to be running things we see with them that make it a why people use it as a unifying phrase. Yes, themes, other concepts, whatever. All
of these series have a girl in them.
Well, no, I mean it helps. All you need to do is be published in the magazine of that, because Fruits Basket was published in the shoujo magazine Hanato Yume, which roughly means flowers and dreams. It ran from July 1998 to November 2006 for about 136 chapters. Remember, this is a semi-monthly magazine. It was published in the West by Tokyo Pop, there's that name again, possibly localized by Athena Nibley, but I'm not 100% sure on that. If that name is correct, she's been doing it for a while having worked on a lot of other Tokyo Pop titles, and fittingly for us, Fire Force and Fairy Tail.
I did read the Tokyo Pop version of this.
I also did, because this is another one that's on Manga Dex because the license has lapsed. It had 2 different anime series, one in 2001 and another in 2019. I should probably say who written and arted this. This was written and arted by Natsuki Takaya, who also did, I just wrote down a bunch of things they did because people might know them because I didn't. Phantom Dream, Tsubasa, Those with Wings, which I could have sworn I saw on the clamp list last week, but who knows. As stated, Fruits Basket, Twinkle Stars, Lizola and Witch's Forest, Fruits Basket, Another. And they're currently working on something called
Fruits Basket. Another one.
Another one. Again. My brain was going to say again, but it's not that. They're currently working on something called that can't be right. I must have. It's got to be Kakumo. There's no other way that's Kakumo. Kaukmo.
No, that sounds familiar.
Kakumo Chisake Sekai Nite. It clearly didn't have a Western release yet because that's not coming over to the West like that.
Yeah.
Especially after all these other names are very. I mean, obviously, I'm going to see them in English, but you think sometimes there's bits and pieces of stuff. But no, these are all like Tsubasa.
Captain Tsubasa.
Captain Tsubasa, then. And with that, that's all I can think of when I see Tsubasa now. It's like, obviously, this was a shoujo spinoff of that soccer man that I guess I will force myself to read at some point for this show. But with all that out of the way, let's get to my Moxie's patented Moxie manga, Moximon. Quick, fast reader, homie.
Good job.
Yep. Chapter 1, no quote page. This is shoujo. It's different from that boy stuff. Baby, I say knowing we've assuredly read shoujo that does have an opening and quote page on this very podcast. And also, as we've learned, these genre titles don't actually mean anything.
So you're not going to read the whole thing where they explain how this got into Tokyo Pop and a whole bunch of whatever that first page was that was just a wall of text.
I didn't read any of that, and admittedly, the version we had, because I think it was like the tankobon of it, there was like extra little scenes.
See, I read the first like paragraph and a half because I was like, oh, Moxie will talk about this in the information section.
Nope.
There was a lot of information in
Don't care.
there you could have included.
Nope. Don't care. Not what I'm here for. We meet our Protag-chan? Protag-kun for girls, like, because also Protag-kun I usually has like a stink about it when I use it, and it feels wrong, even though technically Protag-kun could work for them. That feels wrong. It feels insulting to them.
Yeah.
She's trying.
Oh, boy.
Exactly. No, girl, she trying. But we meet her exiting a tent, her house. You're in charge while I'm gone, she says to a photo of her mother. This is Toru Honda. Her single mother passed away, and now she has no home, so she lives in a tent. Despite the difficulty, this hasn't gotten her spirit down. She persists. She then goes to explore the area before school and finds a strange mansion in the woods and a strange man reading the paper. She comments on the man's zodiac-painted rocks, finding them cute, though she comments, I guess you wouldn't have the cat. The man asks if she means the one from the legend, and she says yes. Her mom told her about it. We see in flashback her mom tell her the story of the zodiac animals having a big feast, but the rat lies to the cat to arrive a different day, so he didn't get into the zodiac. Poor cat. And that's why she loves cats. But the man can somehow sense she was born in the year of the dog, as he is, quote, a dog too. Then a teen boy appears, accusing the man, his cousin, of lechery. This is the prince, Yuki Soma, from school. Speaking of, we cut to school now, with all of Honda's friends grilling her about walking to school with Yuki. Give me the tea, girl. There's some banter with some other girls that I'm going to be honest, I didn't follow them. One of them I think is like a Yankee, as in like a street tough.
Yeah.
Or like the biker gang people. And the other is like a cold killer. It was honestly really confusing to me. I don't know if that's just how girl banter works in some of these, or this is how the localizer has chosen to localize it, but it was just a lot of like, I'm barely holding on to like who's talking or what's like, you're trying to make me meet 6 to 7 people that some of them look similar and nobody has a tone of voice yet. But we already have these really gimmicks of somebody's talking about killing somebody. And I'm like, I was just talking to 2 boys in a mansion and now I'm in school talking to 6 women I've never met. Please. And also to make it more confusing, then we cut back to the mansion in the time before they left. We learn the man is Shigure Soma. The 2 boys learn that Honda lives nearby. But how? Then Yuki says they are late and should walk to school together. Why did they cut through? We'll talk about it later. Now back to girl banter. We learn Yuki is strange. A second year confessed her love for him and attempted to hug him, but he pushed her away and freaked out. I'm sure this won't be important information later on.
Which, let's be fair. If a girl just tries to hug you, I think it's fair to push her away. If you are not reciprocating that
the way
confession.
They described it, it seemed like more, but they read it as like he's standoffish and doesn't want that. But also, like, you're correct. You should also ask for permission before you do something like that. Especially not after the end of you progressing your love. That's extra time to check in.
We stan a consent prince.
Correct. But that's not why. We know that's not why. They talk about how it's a bummer Honda has to work so much to pay for school, but also it's a public school. Was this like a weird localization choice?
I do not know what they were talking about.
I don't know what they were going with that. Because like her reasoning then of why, but she's saving up for money after graduation. But then why did everybody say she was paying for school because it's public school? But is that just not is that a Japanese thing?
I think you still have to pay, like for anything that is, maybe it's high school. You have to pay, even if it's like quote unquote public. Public just means you can get into it without having to do other things, I guess.
I guess because there's I guess we always see like things where it's like everybody has their names from the exam and that determines what school they can get into, but it's never for college. It's always for high school.
Right. And so, but on top of that, there's expenses like the uniform and the books and
true.
So.
But yeah, it's public. But she said she's saving up money for after graduation. They can't know the real truth that she lives in a tent. They can't know the real truth that she lives like this. But no, her tent is nice, honestly. I don't want to be
You live like this?
I know. You live like this, bitch? No, I don't want to do that to her. She's very nice. I like her. I like Honda. She's a trooper.
She's a little bit dumb. We'll get into that.
Then at the end of the day, Honda finds Yuki. He explains how the Chinese zodiac was a timekeeping system, that they added the animals later on. No one knows why, but the cat doesn't belong. I like that he just starts soliloquying about this to her. No one knows why the cat doesn't belong. It's better that the cat isn't in it because it's Bakumi Tai. It's such a fool. He must hate cats. Weird. But then he has a mysterious flirty moment and just leaves. We then get a quick recap of her upbringing. Dad died when she was 3. There's that died when she was 3 again. That happened in Cardcaptor, but that was mom.
That's the age where it's old enough that they could conceivably have some vague
memory, but not old enough that there was like an emotional, meaningful connection.
Right. That they wouldn't be like screwed up about it.
Yeah, truly. And was really close to mom until she died. Then she went to live with other family, but the apartment is being reformatted or something.
She went to live with her grandfather. The grandfather was like, hey, I'm going to be having these people come visit for a while, some other family members. But before they come, because it's going to be, they're going to stay for a while, I'm going to have a bunch of construction done.
Yeah.
So that things are better for that. Can you stay with some friends?
It just seemed, because he's like staying at somebody else's place. It just seemed like a really like asshole thing to do to a child who just lost both of their guardian. Like, he just seemed like an asshole to me.
So first of all, I don't think it happened. I don't think it was like right away. I think it was probably months and or a year or more.
Okay,
afterwards.
That is not the vibe I got at all. It seems like she shows up there and he just goes, lol, can't do it.
Additionally, he seems like he's really old and not quite all there.
I guess. It just still seemed like all of it was talk about that and none of it was like, hey, you lost your... Then that gives more credence to your stuff, but also we didn't see any of that, so I don't trust that it happened.
Sure.
I just have to because it makes him less of an asshole. Because it just seems weird that it's like, this is your daughter's child, and you're just like, you can't live here, I gotta live other places. I'm not going to say anything about me being sorry my daughter is dead.
In a bit.
But yeah, he seems like a dick, so she's struggling in a tent. And also struggling at work, but she works really hard at work to make her own living. Her will not be crushed. She is a little trooper. We cut to our 2 boys from the mansion walking around outside and basically talking about how their place is a mess and could use a feminine touch. Also, it's weird Honda said she lived here. There's nowhere to live. And then they find where Honda lives in the tent. They head inside the mansion. I guess Honda is also there, just to be clear. I always think, when I was reading that, I'm like, obviously she's at work right now while they're walking around. And it's like, oh, she's back at the tent. Timing was
they
funky.
saw her walking back through the woods, and so they followed her.
Yeah. No, but it just seemed like this was a scene that was happening while we saw her at work earlier, but they're not happening contiguously. They're not happening at the same time, in parallel in time.
Okay.
They head inside the mansion, and she explains her situation. They offer that she can stay, and she offers to pay what she can, and will put up with anything. Then she kind of falls ill and learns their place is literally full of garbage. Then somehow the man, through dog intuition, knows that a landslide just happened and crushed her tent and all her belongings. Oh no! I thought I heard sounds. Speaking of dog intuition.
It was a landslide.
Yeah, oh no. The picture of my mom is in there. I have to save her, but to no avail. They head back and she goes to rest, ill from the exertion and all the stress and stuff. We'll look again in the morning. As she drifts off, she talks of her struggle losing her house and her mom, her castle. Yuki is surprised. She's so carefree at school, yet is handling so much. It's incredible. He could have run away from family, but the farthest he got was another Soma house. Yuki asks his cousin to watch after Honda. He's going out to dig her stuff up from the mudslide. Alone? I never said I was going alone, he says, as we see an army of rats in the background. Honda awakes.
You can't actually tell that they're rats.
I could
You
tell
just
they
see
were
eyes.
rats. It looked like rats to me. I don't know what to tell you.
Really?
I keyed in that he was the rat guy.
Well, yeah, but like, I don't think you can see anything except a whole bunch of eyes.
I read them as rats. I don't know what to tell you, bud. Honda awakes the next morning with Yuki handing her the picture of her mom and holding a bag of her things. How did you get it all? It's a secret. You can stay here until your house is done being remodeled, but no, here is a mess. We're asking you to stay. It's not a burden. He ends with, Honda, you must always be yourself. It was all already so dreamlike. And then a man crashes through the ceiling. Are you ready for me to break your neck, rat boy? The mysterious boy says. Him and Yuki seem to know each other as they fight banter. It is then in the chaos, Honda trips and falls in the mysterious invader, smacking into him, and he turns into a cat as the chapter ends.
I don't think there was anything explicit about them being the Zodiacs themselves until the very end.
I think that is prior vague knowledge because a long, long time ago, when I was in junior high and was just getting into manga, I had a giant hawking air quotes on this one, girlfriend who had all the Fruits Basket that I attempted to read because I was just wanted to read any manga I could get my hands on. And I probably read some of it, and I think I just had the low-level internalization of they're the Zodiac and didn't remember anything else from it because that was also like over 2 decades ago, and at that time I didn't like it because it wasn't a fun, I was into Naruto, and it wasn't that. But I think that's why I had that vague prior knowledge to this, but not now that could do any more than that.
I will say, I mean, I pegged very, very early that guy was the wolf and that he was the rat. Right. Yeah. I guess there's
a difference.
Yeah. So like there's enough information there that you can make an educated guess.
I had to look up because I hadn't internalized the cat wasn't part of the Zodiac. So I'm like, yeah, a cat is such a animal.
It's a tiger.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. I guess in the way like dog to wolf or whatever. So interesting. But I had to look at him like the way you're talking, I'm assuming the cat isn't in the Zodiac. And I'm like, there's no cat in the Zodiac. There you go. So you don't say you're the cat, you say you're the tiger.
Yeah. And I mean, even with that, like I didn't have a sense that they could like transform or something until literally the last page.
I think I had the vaguest of memories about that, but I don't think I remembered that when initially he talks about being standoffish. Because I thought that it was just like, he's got a weird situation, and then I forgot about that. It's very, one day we might cover it. It's very Ranma 1/2 in a way, because isn't it? It's like when she gets water thrown on her.
Is it?
Isn't it?
I mean, that's in Ranma.
That's what I'm saying.
Hot water versus cold water.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in that way of a thing will happen and I will transform into an animal unexpectedly, and I can't let people know that, except the people that already know about it.
Now, what I wasn't clear on is like, can they all control similar animals, or does the rat guy just have rat friends? Did the dog guy? Did he hear the landslide, or are there other dogs out there that communicated with him? Or so there's still a bunch of questions there, but I think the hints are there early on that like they are part of the Zodiac. So
yes, whatever that actually means. Right now, I think what the particulars of that are very unclear, but I'm sure we would learn that. And then, like, part of that is the big hook of the mystery of what's the deal with these guys.
And then I would also go, is the cat one, is he going to be the love interest because she was into cat before?
Is it going to be the fight between the cat and the rat?
Right.
Or not the rat, whatever.
Right, because...
Me saying not the rat is me instantly in this moment going, no, I don't want to see those two together. He's a little too... But he clearly has to go through a character arc because he's running from something.
Interested in her.
Yes, but that when I say no, it means not that it won't happen. It's that I don't want it. But no, this was... I mean, I feel like, obviously to myself, I liked this more than when I read it as, like, however old you are when you're in, like, a 7th grader.
Yeah.
I think, especially after actually having read and talked about Cardcaptor Sakura... And obviously some of that is that because there's more... I mean, this has, like, a supernatural element to it, but of just, like... I really like our main character, Honda. I like her a lot. I like that she is a trooper through tough times and she works hard, and that's just, like, a really... that's a character you actually want to root for, and being able to see
Yes.
her emotional struggle with all of that is nice. I don't care for boy ogling in this case. I don't like the standoffish type, and I'm sure I don't know if more of the zone. I mean, we just met the cat, so he might be better. I don't know. But like the thing that like rereading it for the summary, I was just like, okay, I remember liking it more. And then I'm like, oh, it's the ending when he shows up and all this bigger intrigue shows up. Because I think the moment to moment, and some of it was like, especially with Sakura, is like Sakura moved through time and flashbacked and cut forward really well. And this one, like, again, found it writing the summary. It was like, why are you why did you bounce forward to school after talking to the two men, to her talking about arriving with him, but then instantly flash back to before that happened when they're talking about when they had to leave? Why wouldn't you just finish the conversation, leave, and then cut to school with them talking about it?
Right.
Like, what was the purpose? Like, there was just some times, I feel like I had the you problem, but on a page turn where I'm just like, oh, like where the part where I said like, oh, she's at work, and there's a bunch of things with her at work, and there's like some older people. It's like, oh, we're old and it's hard to work, but we're glad we don't have to work as much because you're here working so hard.
Yeah.
Which again was in a very endearing character trait. So I'm like, oh, she must be away. Now that they're walking around, they'll just find the tent and she won't be there, and they'll be like, oh, this must be what she was talking about, and then she could get back then while that was happening, and not they find her going back or whatever. But just, I don't know, just like temporally I was a little like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad, but it was just like, yeah, why'd you do that? Interesting. Mostly the one that stands out the most was like, why did you jump forward, back, and then jump forward again?
I would say it was that one hiccup.
Yeah.
For the most part, I thought it was reasonably paced.
Yep, I would agree with that.
So yeah, I do like her. I guess I should say I didn't have a bad time with this.
Yeah, neither did I.
I like the main character. My only problem is she has this character trait, which I've seen in other main characters before, and I sort of don't like it. Like, I understand why, but it almost feels like a bad example, which is the whole thing of like, I'm going to work super hard even if I don't have to, because hard work is the most important thing.
No, you are misreading what's going on here, if that's your take on it.
She had a place to live. Her grandfather said, can you go live with a friend for a little while?
She can't.
Instead of saying, no, I can't, grandfather, adult who is in charge of me, let's figure something else out, she went, I'm going to go live in the woods.
She's a child in Japan whose parents are dead. She can't do that.
She has a guardian.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, her grandfather is her guardian.
Then he would do more to help her, but she's not in a position that she clearly can do anything, because you're not supposed to, like, I don't read that as you must do hard. She is somebody who's trying to not be a burden, and that's why she works. If you read it as this fucking Japanese bullshit of hard work, cleanse your soul through hard work, I think that is a very unkind reading of what this manga is. I think that reading is bullshit. This is a manga. This is a character who has lost her main guardians and feels like constantly she talks about feeling like a bird. That's why all the talk she has with the boys, she's like, is it too much? Like, I will pay, I will handle whatever I need to stay here.
Yes,
she is
I understand that is her
trying to find a
trauma.
place in the
I get
world,
that.
and she is trying to do that through her work ethic.
Yes.
I don't think it's just she's working hard to be working hard. She is working hard because she has the trauma, because she constantly feels like both of her guardians are dead, and she feels like she's a burden everywhere else. So she has to make her own way in the world.
Yeah.
To call that, like I said, to call that as a reading of, yes, hard work is what you must do because it's what you must do, I think is, like I said, a very unkind reading of this manga.
I don't know that it's specifically that, but it's...
I think you were coming in with other manga in your mind, and as you can tell from my tone and word choice, I very vehemently disagree.
I don't think it's other manga. It's specifically as she is not telling her grandfather that she doesn't have other options. I'm just going, you are a child, get help.
She's a child who has to now become an adult when she doesn't have the tools for it.
Yeah.
She doesn't know she can ask for help.
No, I know, and that's my problem with it. And that's why I was like, I think
that's
she's
a tragedy.
little...
That's the tragedy of the story.
Yes.
It's not a failing of the character. It's a feature and not a bug.
I understand that.
I just want to express that to you. This is your reading.
It is a character failing, but it's like the point. So I understand that.
It's Yes.
I can still be frustrated by it, though.
I guess, but I don't know. Like, again, your reading of it raised my emotional
I know you
hackles.
wouldn't have a story without it, but I still have to point that out because it stands out to me as annoying and like...
See, when you say annoying, I just bristle at that.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I hate when media has children in positions where, like, you know, they feel like they have to mature
because that's a thing that happens all the fucking time when people are forced to become adults sooner than they're ready.
And I hate that in real life.
I know.
So I don't want to glamorize it in any way.
It's not glamorized.
Well, I would... It sort of is. Like, especially when the kid gets to be a hero or whatever. Like, that is a glamorization of that. And I know it's not going to go away. But especially as a father, I can look at those situations and go, this is not a situation.
That's why I said the grandfather was an asshole. Because he should have done something. But clearly he's just some fucking aloof old fucking fart.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in his dialogue that seems that he has any sort of actual relationship. It's literally just the moment you see him, he just goes, he does this all rambling and people are visiting and we're getting a refund. And it's like, I didn't need any of that. It's all stuff he's talking about dealing with his life. And he's doing nothing to lift a finger for his fucking daughter's kid. Fuck that guy.
The fact that he has not, like, checked in on her.
Correct. Exactly. My reading of him is he's a standoffish asshole.
I would give him a pass because she is saying, oh, yeah, I'll do that. And just leaving. But, like, then he didn't check in with her at all to say, oh, who are you with?
I'm sorry my fucking daughter's dead.
Right. So, yeah, no, he's not good either.
No.
But...
I don't like him, but she is trying her best.
I do feel like, at the very least, he probably would have done something if she would have been like, I don't have a friend I can stay with. But who knows? That's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
You wouldn't have the story without that. I'm not arguing with you about...
I can't change your position, but I will get my emotions hurt regardless. as is my own self-destructive want.
Hey, if you're a child listening to this, why? But also, if you need help...
You should just be an adult. You should just have trauma and be an adult right... That's what Brad's saying. If you're a child right now, why don't you just be an adult right now?
No, I'm saying don't do that.
Don't go through all of your normal growth periods of being a person. Just instantly try to skip to the end because that's so good. That works every time. There's no way that generates a lot of trauma in you.
How did you get that from... I'm saying the opposite.
Because I like to twist things into the most hyperbolic versions of them.
You son of a bitch.
That's because I'm salty and I can't change your opinion, so all I can do is throw you under the bus to satisfy the blood urge.
It makes for a dramatic story, but I can still be annoyed by the people
You
involved.
want Little Orphan Annie or the girl from Matilda to come out on top because, God damn it, they're trying even though they're in a dire situation.
Yep. And, you know, they asked for help.
What?
In Matilda, she asked that one teacher.
Okay.
That teacher helps.
She's being given help by these two gentlemen.
Well, in Little Orphan Annie, I mean...
I don't remember how those stories go. I really shouldn't have
She comes out on top. Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah, true. But, like, it's the thing of, like, she is struggling by herself, and now these men have showed up that can offer her help. She is still very, like, I'll do whatever you need, but this is going to be a mutual relationship. I'm sure we'll meet more members of the Zodiac. I like there's at least the hook of there is another bigger house somewhere else that more of them are at.
Yeah.
And this is like a satellite house.
It does make sense that they're living in filth. I mean, it's the rat and the dog.
That's a really good point.
The fact that they want to not live in filth, though, because they're like, hey, you come live with us and you clean up.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I don't think I pieced that together that it's the rat, but I like that it's like everybody calls him like the prince because he seems so like royal and standoffish, and it's like, no, he's a rat, like, and he literally lives in garbage. Like, he's not. I think I'd be curious how much I don't think it'll that much, but like when you open the manga after that giant paragraph page you talked about, there's like a mini 4-panel showing him like putting trash. Like, where should I put this?
It in a room.
And he's like, I'll just put it on the stack. There's no hope against it.
Is that why he pushed that girl away? Because she would find out that he stinks?
Are you doing a bit?
No, I'm legitimately questioning.
If she touches him, he turns into a rat, Brad.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, that's why when she trips and
Okay.
falls into the cat guy, he turns into a cat.
I didn't know it was specifically touch.
Yes, it's impact, it's touch.
Is it impact or is it touch? Because those are different.
She tripped and fell into the one guy,
Right.
and he turned into a cat. And by virtue of the thing of me going, I bet this isn't going to be important later on. That's my thing. Is if somebody, and maybe it's a hug specifically, I don't know yet. I've only read the first chapter.
That would make a lot of sense, though.
But that's why I made the lampshade of that,
So,
because
yeah.
we learn is that with the information we get at the end of the chapter, we go, oh, if that girl who expressed her love actually hugged him, he would have turned into a rat in the school, and
Yeah.
there is untold numbers of problems with this happening for him.
That would make sense.
Because I wouldn't want to turn into a rat in the middle of a class when I was a teenager unexpectedly either.
That's funny. I've totally pegged the rat and the dog right away, but I did not pick that up.
What? The hug thing? That feels like a detail you would have gotten that I didn't get. And I don't know how much of that, because like I said, like any memory I have is like the haziest of hazy, and I didn't have any reading this.
Sometimes there's big things I just sail right on past.
I mean,
for some
usually
reason.
me. That's why I was just like, oh, this is weird. I get to feel smart for once. This is great. No, the overarching, I think, again, I don't like the gal pals. That whole thing was just very
when you
confusing.
said her friends at the beginning, I was like, I don't think those three or whoever are her friends.
But it was unclear what
They're
they
like attacking
were.
her for being with him.
It just... But, I mean, it's that, like, again, I say teenage girl, but I now have to clarify, because, like, Cardcaptor felt so much realer. It's like cartoon... like pop culture teenage girls where everybody's like your friends, but also I'll bite you down if the cute boy looks at you. Mean Girls, but somehow more volatile. And I just like didn't understand who was who and what was going on, and then it's just like, and then you cut away from it and you're like, I'm done, and then you just cut back to it and you're just like, what the fuck? And like that I didn't like I like the thing, it's like I like her, I'm intrigued by the Zodiac stuff, but all the stuff that happened, and I know it's the first chapter, so it's a lot of like emotional place setting, like didn't fully hook me. But then I get to the ending and the guy crashes through the roof and they fight and he turns into a cat, and that's like, oh man, I gotta read more. But again, after reading like Cardcaptor, I was just like, man, I want to read Cardcaptor way more than I want to read this. Like this is more of like an idle curiosity for Fruits Basket, but Cardcaptor was like, I gotta read more of this.
What's really interesting is, I've heard of Fruits Baskets plenty of times. I mean, it's very famous. But like every time it's come up, I was sort of like, no, I don't think I'm interested in that, because what I've heard is that it's like really dramatic and sometimes it's sad, and I'm not into that.
You don't like that.
And then I'm reading this chapter and I'm like, this is not what I expected at all.
Really interesting. Okay. No.
First of all, I didn't know it was about the Zodiac at all.
That was the hidden information in the back of my brain that I already knew going into it. So I think that's why I was like, I know they're rats and I know the situation, even if I didn't remember any of the even general things outside of just like, I remember them being Zodiac related. And that's why when I keyed in instantly, like the dog, and also they show you the Zodiac stones at the beginning. That feels like a pretty big tip off. But again, I guess I came in with charge of knowledge, so I was able to like lightning rod on that. This gave me, so I know y'all heard Cardcaptor last week, but I read Fruits Basket first. Fruits Basket was originally supposed to start this arc, but then I was like, tee-hee, we're doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Wouldn't it be funny if I pretended this was a cards and game arc instead? Because I love doing bridging series for mostly just us. I don't know if any of you ever find any interest in that, but as somebody scheduling it all at once, I find it funny and interesting to me. It is satisfying. But this one made me both more excited. I think it collectively made me more excited for the shoujo arc, because I wasn't sure how much it was going to be in the vein of like a like the Tokyo Mew Mew one, of like I swear there's something else we read recently where I was just like, no, I could see people liking this. This isn't for me. Or just a lot of like, and I think I tried with what I picked to not do too many like high school romancy stuff, because it's easy to find those, and I think a lot of those, even if they're done well, I would get tired of, because it's just like, A, I've seen it, and B, like, I don't have feelings for high school romance stuff, because it's just like, I'm not a child.
Yeah.
And not that those are bad, but just like, and
It's
like,
got to have a good gimmick.
both back then and now, like me and romance don't generally mix very well, unless particular flavors that I don't think are going to show up here. When it shows up, it shows up, but no, like I had a better time with this than I was expecting. I wish I had a betterer time than I did, but I still had a good time, and it makes me excited and hopeful to move further into this arc.
Yeah. Definitely I wasn't as up on this as I was on Cardcaptor.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a bad time with this.
No.
I got through it, and there was some weird stuff and some things that I wasn't super happy about, but like overall I was like, okay, this is interesting, and I'm not like depressed after reading it, and like
I can
there's some
see
funny bits
why it was a hit.
Yeah.
Why they would go back and do another anime of this, 4 or 5 years ago now. Like, I could understand the purpose. Also,
2019 was 7 years ago.
it's interesting that both this and Cardcaptor came out around the same time. This just took longer because it was bi-monthly, or whatever the phrasing I said was. Semi-monthly. Is that every other month?
I don't know.
I should have Googled that, because I don't think the amount of chapters to the amount of time it took was not 2 chapters a month. But I couldn't. Already having manga that's like every month is already how do you do it? But like every other month is just like, call me when I'm 50 and it's over.
We'll have one tankobon in a year and a half.
If that. Just wild. But no, where are we going? What are we doing? What's coming? So they're fighting.
I guess like I said, is there going to be a thing with the cat versus the rat as far as their relationship with her?
Will all of the Zodiac animals be men / boys?
Oh, probably.
Do you think there's going to be one girl?
There might be like 1 or 2 that are girls.
Will there be a girl, or will there be an effeminate man that may or may not be has better odds to be more culturally to be more functionally sensitive
the girl
to our current modern capabilities. What?
The girl will be the rooster.
I kind of like that.
It's the one that literally couldn't be a girl.
If it's a girl, I like it. If it's the cross-dresser, I don't like it. Even though I could see, I would go tee-hee. That one's the rooster. Like, I could get how they got there and could maybe do that same thing myself, but I'll roll my eyes and go, oh, come on. Somewhat good-naturedly. Like, we're going to meet the rest of the Zodiac.
Which one's the dragon?
That's got to be the patriarch of the house, right? The main
Probably.
house. Did they come to this house, or does she go there at some point? Like, that's the thing. It's like, I like Honda, and I'm intrigued by the intrigue of this family, but not where they intersect, if that makes sense. Like, these are two. She is a character I enjoy. This is a setup I enjoy. Technically, they are related, but they don't feel related to my interest of them.
Yeah.
But she's along for the ride, and I like her, so I don't like them yet.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely need to meet.
I especially don't like Yuki. I don't like the rat guy. He seems like a jerk. He lives in filth. Maybe it's the localization, but I don't think it's like when the dog guy is talking to Honda, and he comes up and he goes, "Stop being such a pervert," and I'm like, he's been actually like really chill. But that might just be how they razz each other. But it was just still just like, I don't like this guy.
I was actually, because you keep saying he's a jerk and everything, and I'm just like, is he?
A jerk is maybe too. I don't like standoffish people like that. They are in my bad books because they seem very like you can't get a read on them.
He's cold.
Yeah. I call those people jerks.
He's just shy.
He lives in filth. He's fine.
Well,
he's running from a big family. He's running from money, but he didn't actually run from money. He just ran from some of them.
Right.
Because he's a coward. I mean, obviously, like we said, he's probably going to go through an emotional arc. So
I mean, if you were the rat in the Zodiac, that's hard.
Are all of them different ages? Because the dog is clearly an adult, right? As much as like a young adult, I don't know. Like
unless he's the same age.
But are they all
like years?
Are they all infinitely old? Is Yuki an actual teenager? Like is he like a reincarnation? Like I don't know.
Does each parent child keep the same Zodiac?
That's a thought. Yeah, I feel like we need to see the main house because these are definitely 2 confirmed bachelors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not like I'm not burning for the bigger lore of them as much as I was for Cardcaptor. But there's definitely like this is one where it's like, I mean, I guess to skip forward to like what I buy now. This is one where it's like I'd have somebody describe to me what happened. Like I'd read a wiki page about this, but I don't know. I'd maybe read like the first volume if it was at the library, which it might be.
I could,
but
read
I'm not
more
like
of this.
I'm not like rip roaring. There's a reason that I instantly went to the library and got Cardcaptor, but did not get this. And some of that was because I had already gotten
this is
Cardcaptor. But
this is still on the level of I would read more of this to talk about it.
Yes,
but
remember
not
when we said
nearly.
we were going to do a book club?
Maybe after May.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing cool can happen until after May.
But it's not nearly as exciting. Like I'm not nearly as excited and looking forward to it. As I am about like Cardcaptor. Also to say I'm not going to go out and read that, but like on the same level as that, but so much lower. You know.
I like your description of I would read it so I could discuss it.
Yeah.
Because it's not bad, and it's not like a train wreck or thing. It's just like this is good, and it's put together generally well. It's just not. I have other fish I'd rather be frying and eating right now.
I think even
it's good.
It's even more.
There's
important.
my statement. I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's even more important that I say that because of the fact that this is definitely art that I do not care for.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's not necessarily bad.
My gripes with it are not. It's not holding it back that much.
But also, I don't know. There's something about the style, and
everybody's a pretty boy. But that's always that's like this is my taste. It's like a bunch of people who are generic pretty boys are going to show up in this arc, which I think is why I still like Cardcaptor a lot because it was like we were getting even deeper into shoujo territory, and I'm like, this dad is a trapezoid, and I love him. Because just pretty boys just kind of go in one eye and out the other for me for a lot of these things. So it's like I don't know if this is going to be a recurring frustration with the things we read or not for this arc and just in general for shoujo and this kind of art style and type of story. I don't remember where I was going with that.
Yes. But yeah, I'd say, you know, I as I read this, there was no point at which I got tired of it.
Yeah. But when I got to the end, I wasn't like revved up for another one.
I probably could have read a couple chapters of this in a row.
Yep. Agreed.
But definitely getting to the end of this and going, gonna do the podcast, so I'm not reading more. And then like minutes later, that feeling was gone. Yep. So
that happens sometimes with the stuff we cover.
Yeah.
I think this is good. I can see another. I think it's that pacing thing of like the jumping through time a lot needlessly. Mm-hmm. It's like if there was less bumps, I could have said I think it's great, but I think there was enough bumps and stuff where I'm like,
yeah, I definitely.
But there wasn't like a ton of bumps. It's not like I can't go anything below good, and I don't want to.
Okay. So objectively, I am going to say good to great.
Yeah,
I feel like, and this is not my feelings on it. But I feel like saying that is giving it a little bit more than it deserves. But also, I feel like just saying good is too little.
Yep. That's a good way to put it.
So,
because it's one of those, I can see why this is a big thing.
Is it great to good? Like go down?
I kind of like that. I'm taking that. I think it's great to good. Closer to good than great, but like.
Yeah. It's definitely more than good.
Yes.
But it's not gooder enough to say good to great for real.
Great to good.
It's a very delicate system.
It's a very delicate system that is not a system that we make up and put the spin of the ball and try to find more words.
Yeah. So as far as the first chapter goes, anybody who says to me, "Oh my God, Fruits Basket is my favorite," I would be like, "Okay,
that'd be good." It's not it is in no way a red flag series.
Yeah.
In the same way.
So far.
You're right. In the same way that like if somebody comes up, it came up. I think I've said this for one of these, and it came up somewhere else for another one. It's like if somebody came up to me and said Solo Leveling's my favorite anime of all time, or what's the other one I always shit talk because it's got a bunch of weird fucking torture porn pedophilia in it.
What?
We've talked about it. We're never covering it on the podcast ever, but we've talked about it.
Oh shit!
The one where the kids go down in the canyon. Made in
Oh,
Abyss.
Made in Cake
If
Dwarf.
you say
Sorry,
what?
It's Cake Dwarf's favorite.
Goodness, Cake
I don't
Dwarf.
know if it's he said favorite, but he likes it.
If you like it, sure. There's a certain. If I meet you and you say, if that's like if you go, that's my favorite with a bullet, I'm really nervous. I don't trust you. Not that I think you're a pedophile, just to be clear, but like you're somebody who emotionally just is not going to gel with me as a human being.
I think there's probably
you can like
a lot
it.
to
It's up
it.
to you, but it's the like you can like solo leveling. I'm not going to judge you, but if you go, it's my favorite over everything else, I go, ugh. And that is, to be clear, Fruits Basket is not one of those. If you were big into this and you said this was your number one, I could go, I respect that dearly.
Mm-hmm.
I get it for you. So yes, I think it's great to good. I love that. I feel it is good.
I'm gonna.
Fine feels too low, and I don't want to put a gradient on it.
Yeah.
But I don't want something between fine and good either. I'm good. I think it's good. I feel it's good.
I guess I'm probably at the same place.
I came out of it. I
Feel
loved
good.
Honda, and I was
Yeah.
curious about the Zodiac situation. And were there things I had trouble with? Yes, but by and large, I had enough to keep me out of fine. Like I think through the fire that I defended this from your position earlier, that didn't matter because your position wasn't going to change because that's how positions work, by and large, based on emotion and not biological reason. Like, clearly I have some feelings for this manga, but clearly at the end of it, of the 2 we covered tonight for shoujo, but it's 2 weeks for you, dear listeners, one of them has my attention and heart a lot more.
Yeah.
Because it was more of a different flavor, but in a different flavor that was more akin to what I liked
Right.
than this. But again, I'm curious. I don't know. Maybe I'll go read I'll find the first volume. Maybe I'm going to go message. I think I still have contact with that quote-unquote girlfriend from junior high. I could be like, hey, remember Fruits Basket? Do you remember what happened? You tell me about it.
That's my favorite manga.
She had all of it, but also we were like children, teenagers, so who knows? We were preteens, however that works, whatever age you are when you're in 7th grade. I don't actually know.
I think my son's in 7th grade right now.
Okay.
So 12, 13.
Okay, there you go.
I guess.
I kind of guessed that, but I didn't know that. I never know what age I am at any given time in the past.
God,
I know
I'm so fucking old.
I know how old I am now. I know how old I am at any given moment, but I don't know how old I was at any other given moment in time.
Although also, wait, you had a quote unquote girlfriend when you were 12?
Yes?
Okay. I guess I can't really. I had a girlfriend in kindergarten, so
You weren't in public school.
up until 6th grade.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously everything happens in 7th grade and up, Brad.
Yeah.
Very quote unquote. I need to express to you how, like, I don't, in the grand record of things, that is not how I store that information now, in looking back. That's on me. I'm getting distracted on things I don't want to talk about on podcast. Brad, I don't know what zodiac animal would be best at reading the credits. That would help if I knew all the zodiac animals.
The owl. Wait, that's not a zodiac.
You're the year of the bunny.
Is there a duck?
Is there a duck?
There's a goose. I don't know.
Your year of the ox. Dear listener, this is the outro, but I'm going to say it now because I maybe have another bit for the outro. Don't tell me what zodiac sign you are, because that feels like I already feel weird enough telling it for us, because it feels like you could figure out when our birthdays were, and that's weird.
I'm pretty sure that I've already said how old I am.
Yeah, I know. It's not super important. What's an animal that you want to be in the zodiac? How do you want to give the Chinese zodiac a middle finger and add a new animal to it? What do you want to add?
Dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, pig, rat, ox, tiger, and rabbit.
Pig feels like, I guess if you say year of the boar, it's a little better, but year of the pig is just like, eh.
I think it's generally said as boar.
It has to be. Pig's lame. Just funny between cat and or the dog and wolf. It's like, yeah, dog's fine.
The girl will be the snake.
Ooh, I hate how right you are. She's gonna be such a. Why does she have to be a fucker? Whatever, a shitter.
Well, we want to hear from you.
Look at him dawdle. Hopefully, you guys didn't hear him dawdling auditorially, but I saw him dawdle.
So go on our website, animepodcasterreincarnation.com.
It's .com.
Where you will find a social media links page. Right up at the top, you click on it. You go there. There's a list of things. You click on those. You find us on other places.
Click on other things.
You send us messages on those places. And then in some of those places, we'll actually respond. The
But
best
most of
of
them we
which,
But most of them we won't.
a lot of them we won't.
Correct.
But if you definitely want to get a response, go on our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of good conversations there, and we hang out there, and we'll actually talk to you.
Correct.
You can also leave...
You can sway what we're covering here.
Yeah.
If your takes are good enough and I like you.
You can also leave comments on YouTube. I do check those like once a week. And if you at mention or send a DM or whatever the heck it's called on Blue Sky, I am actively on there. Good luck everywhere else, I guess.
Yeah. You'll be shouting into the void.
But also...
Person who did those Spotify comments, I don't remember how long ago that was. Sorry.
But also on our social links page, you can find a link to our Patreon, where our supporters get perks like bonus episodes, getting to vote on some stuff,
bonus episodes, characters,
and getting the high-quality stereo version of the podcast early. And sometimes it's not that early, so sorry. But most of the time,
we're busy. We have other creative projects going on right now. And hey, we have, without fail, I know this is always the worst. I know I don't like it when other creators do this because this is such a defensive, emotional position to take of like, and also nobody's been mean or rude about this. I don't think somebody just checked in because they're just like, hey, is everything okay? We have given you without fail an episode every week for over a year.
That is true.
I don't think we have skipped a singular week.
Yeah.
Since we started doing weekly, even when we were busy, when I was away, we've got this, this other creative project. We're going to try to keep, even amidst that, when we have a super time crunch, we're going to try. But also maybe there might be a week where you get nothing because there's a time crunch that's more important than a weekly podcast. I'm sorry. We
should only ever miss something if we, for some reason, didn't record far enough ahead.
Correct.
Which... I guess that almost we were pretty close.
We were close. That's why I was like, we're tripling down tonight.
We could have recorded next week and we would have been okay, but
I don't want that. So
getting close.
Yes.
But anyway, we need to thank our patrons.
Very important to thank them.
So to start things off, at our royal tier, we've got our Crown Prince, Slimy Okra.
Pocket Sand. Hi, time is still weird. Maybe next week I'll finally say the thing to do that you said you wanted me to do.
Also at our royal tier, we've got our Archduke, Imaginary Numeral.
What's a famous Final Fantasy line?
Sephiroth.
There it is. Sephiroth. Re.
We should have done that for the Alien Headbutt episode because of the One Wing Angel.
Oh, yeah. Sephiroth. I got to listen to the Sephiroth theme later then.
At our noble tier, we've got our marquee, Sir Cake Dwarf.
Kirby. That's the day. No, we're out of that. We're out of that arc. I can't do that anymore. Poyo. Kirby, Christian Kirby.
I don't have a Bible here in front of me that I could just start reading out of.
He never read it. He just has it. He's a little cross with him.
Well, no, he quotes. He does Bible verses.
He does Bible verses now in whatever the heck that series is.
That's like the big joke is that because he always says "Plow,"
yeah,
and then at some point he just stops and like quotes scripture.
It's the Bible.
Last and certainly not least, at our commoner tier, we've got Laura Carroll, Last Man on Earth, and Rena. So thank you so much to all of our patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Thank you, Brad, for doing that. Thank you to all of our listeners. Make sure you listen to all the podcasts on our feed. And if you put Fruits Basket in a fruit basket, does it fruits baskets? If I have multiple baskets of Fruits Basket.
Fruits is baskets.
Fruits is baskets. Fruits, Fruits apostrophe baskets. That's your outro, folks. Fruits is baskets.
It's more than one fruit. It's more than one kind of fruit. Fruits.
I know, but when you get a fruit basket, that's normally implied. You don't say, here's a fruits basket. You go, I got you a fruit basket.
Fruit basket is
fruit as
noun,
the collective.
As in, it is a gift basket.
With fruit in it.
That is mainly fruit.
Yes.
But this is describing the actual thing that you put fruits in. So it's a fruits basket.
Did you understand why this is called fruits basket, actually?
Nope.
Okay, good. Because you were talking like you had something there, and I'm like, I'm going to call your bluff. And I was right
just etymology-wise.
Gotcha.
Ben can answer that question.
On today's episode, fuck, now I have to say it out loud. I wrote it down on my phone to make sure I had it. Because I got it as I was walking up the steps. I'm like, I'm going to lose this while I'm pooping. I need to write this down. I'll just read it, because then hopefully that'll help my brain focus on it. On today's episode, this Zodiac ain't no killer, but it will give you a slice of life. This is Fruits Basket. I need more air.
Say that again. Take a deep breath.
I need more air for that. And also, my throat's starting to fail me. The chicken's not helping.
Okay.
Like the Zodiac killer, but it's slice of life because it's the...
I understand the joke.
I was proud of that one. I was happy with it. Sometimes I'm like, here's the joke. I'm like it, but I'm like, I feel clever here. Because of the slice of...
Did you feel clever?
Funny is money, but wit is shit. Welcome, everybody. Cock-a-doodle-doo. I want to change tones for that one. I'm stuck in that mode. Great
anyway,
beeps.
No, so you couldn't... I could hear the heater at that time. What we couldn't hear was the water heater running. And we waited for all that time, and you couldn't even hear the water heater in the background.
Brad, please put all this in after beeps. This doesn't need to go here. It's driving things to a halt.
No, of course.
Thank you. Chapter 1. No quote page. This is shoujo. It's different from that boy stuff, baby.
Oh, you aren't?
I say, knowing we've assuredly read that shoujo just haven't. I know. Say blah blah blah. Let me do this again before you cut me off and I get confused on my own write up. There was a time that I was like, we're gonna do 4 today, and I'm glad I stopped thinking that.
You should probably figure something out.
I had a little something, but I didn't finish it. Huh. Are we doing the bump into turn into an animal thing? I instantly was just like, what?
It's perfect time for that.
I mean, I feel like that's the zodiac animals or something is the main thing to work with, right? Some nights I'm like better at outro things, and this is not one of those nights.
What was yours again?
What? I was the year of the rooster. You're the year of the rabbit. Year of the cock. The year of the cock and the year of the fucker. No.
I was just thinking it would be really bad if we bumped into each other, and because and then you'd have a cock and fucker. Yeah.
Is this the prequel to Beastars? I have been reading Beastars. The library had a lot of Beastars when I stopped by for something else, so I've been reading Beastars again. I don't have an outro.
Is she the rabbit?
That's what I'm saying. Born in the year of the rabbit, born in the year of the wolf, the dog. He's a canine. There you go. I really should have saved my what animal do you want to be in the Zodiac thing for here. I like this new gimmick of just going, hey, my ending bit will just be me asking you and the audience a question. But I did it earlier because I'm an idiot.
Did you read Underdoctor today?
I was in the middle of reading it while you were setting up.
Did you get to the part? So there's all kinds of cancer in this.
Yeah, he does
chapter?
a rectal cancer surgery.
And then there's a crab on his shoulder. You didn't get that far?
No. Or if I didn't notice it because I was half talking to you, half...
No, he literally says, there's a crab on my shoulder.
Oh, then no, I don't think I got to that page yet. I hate that this is going to be an after beeps. That after beeps long one. I need to come with an outro. What's the bit? You bump into me and I turn into a hyena, as is my namesake. But that's not like a bit then. There's nothing out more than that. There's nothing funny. I'm not screaming. There's no funny screaming.
I hope I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the year of the monkey.
I'm trying to do something with like. They can't all be winners. We're the Reds, yes, we're the Reds, we're the Reds, we're the Reds, yes, we're the Reds.
Fruit basket.
For fruit,
I mean, I prefer the ones with cheese and crackers.
Fruits basket. Hardly even no basket. Fruits basket. I don't think I'd fit in a basket with my friends. Da 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 da. One of those will work.
Well, you should probably do the whole thanks, Brad and patrons.
I did.
You did?
I did. You just don't remember because I did it 3 times tonight.
Oh.
I can promise you I did it. I am sure. My
Sure you
judgment
don't
is
want to come
unclouded.
up with a better bit than that?
No, because I spent it earlier going, what animal do you want to be in the Zodiac?
Uh,
Brad, hit the button. We're done. We did it. One of those will work.
no, it won't.